Dallas police officers brutally killed Thursday were ironically there protecting the rights of police protesters. But even as the horror was unfolding, many Black Lives Matter supporters took to Twitter to celebrate the murder of 5 brave officers. Here's one user tweeting this: "Don't feel bad for those pigs," and another writing, "Aw, it's unfortunate it wasn't more." This stunning reaction leading many to ask whether the Black Lives Matter movement is un-American. Here now to debate this is Fox News contributor Kevin Jackson and political commentator Lisa Durden. Kevin, first to you, how do you respond to these tweets last night coming from Black Lives Matter supporters?
Well, we knew it was happening. It wasn't like it was a surprise. Back in the days of Ferguson, all these guys were saying pigs in a blanket and the whole thing. So we knew leading up to this that the animus towards police officers in the black community was alive and well, and in fact it was growing. And the problem is nobody addressed it. Nobody said we're going to stand for law and order and make sure that people understand we're going to protect the people that have to protect the citizens of America. So I'm not surprised, honestly.
Lisa, were you surprised at the response?
I'm actually not surprised at the response because, as you know, in this country, we are built on retaliation. America retaliates against their enemies. America retaliates against people who are terrorists. And when somebody terrorizes America or harms America in any way from other countries, what do? We bomb them. We murder them. And a lot of times, innocent victims get killed in the crossfire. And that's just a part of the job. Now, when you have an issue like this, not that I agree with it, not that I think that Micah Johnson was somebody that should have been doing something like that. It's horrific either way, but maybe because he grew up in a country that was built on this kind of retaliation, he might have felt, I don't know, he might have felt that this was very apropos. The police officers ran through the black community and murdered black people like they were pigs in the streets. They shot people in the back, several individuals over the last week, and he might have felt like, well, in this country, when our enemy harms us, we retaliate.
So
is that
Kevin,
good thinking? Absolutely not.
Is this
but this
justified?
Is what happens when you have
Lisa's making the point that this is somehow justified, Kevin.
Not at all. I'm saying to you that this could be the thinking because in this country,
Lisa,
a lot of times, people retaliate against their enemies, and this man was maybe warped.
However, I heard what you said.
However, it's wrong on all sides. It's wrong for the police to murder and slay black men in the streets, just as it's wrong for Micah Johnson to kill.
Lisa, are you going to let me talk?
Kevin, your turn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, first of all, the idea that Lisa says we're in a country that is harming black people as a black president sits and is a top law enforcement officer in the country is ridiculous. Loretta Lynch, and before her, I can't remember his name, but the point is, black people are in charge of this country. The people in the cities where all these blacks are supposedly being killed are black folks. They're the people that they vote for. They're Democrats. What Lisa's explaining is the absolute nonsense that circulates in the black community, that you can't get ahead in this country and that there's somebody against them. The fact of the matter is, in America, there is nobody targeting black people. I've gone through the statistics. There were 200 to date of the 561 people who've been killed by police. 136 of them are black. So who are the other people, Lisa? So what's happening here, Clayton, is blacks are being taught to be racist. They're being taught to be ignorant of the actual facts of what this country brings.
Black people cannot be racist because we don't have the power to be racist. Black people did not hang white people.
I've ever heard.
Black people did not rape white people in slavery. Black people did not enslave white people. Black officers are not running through white neighborhoods, killing and shooting white people in the back. Black people are not stopping whites from getting housing. Black people are not stopping whites from getting jobs. No, we're not racist. Racism denotes power. We don't have the power to do that. And one black president in 176 years of 43 presidents does not mean we have black control in this country. We have one black president after 176 years. All of a sudden, we're great. Kevin, stop playing those games. You know the situation. Are you crazy?
What about
Lisa?
the killings in
Lisa,
black communities this morning? What about
I have
the
an
killings
answer for
in
that.
black...
I
Hold
love
on,
that.
let me ask the question.
Yeah, go
You
right
have
ahead.
an answer. You have an answer. You have an answer.
When you
have an answer for everything.
When you have people criticizing the Black Lives Movement, if they really care about the black community, why wouldn't they be addressing the black-on-black crime in cities like Chicago, where there are murders every 2 hours in the city of Chicago?
First of all, murdering in your own community is interracial. Let's just clear this up. I've said it a million times on Fox before.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Interracial.
It's okay, right, Lisa?
Most murders in the white community are performed by whites. Most murders in the black community are performed by blacks. So murders usually are interracial. So intraracial. So don't try to say that only black people are killing their own people. White people kill me with that low-brow statement. Stop playing
Lisa,
games.
nothing
the
you
fact
say makes
is,
an ounce of
all races
sense.
kill their own race generally. So it's not something that's only
I'd like to
specific to the black
respond.
community.
I'm just not going to talk over her.
Let Kevin respond.
I'm not going to talk over her. The fact of the matter is everything that Lisa says is absolute abject nonsense. Everything she has is an excuse for the behaviors that are going on in the black community. What Lisa doesn't want to talk about is the fact that there are people out there targeting police officers. Police officers are not homogeneous in color. They're heterogeneous. They're black. They're Hispanic.
True.
They're whites. They're everybody. They're being targeted by people that they're trying to protect. Lisa doesn't want to talk about the number of police officers who go into the black community to actually solve crimes committed by blacks in more ratio per capita than any other racial group. She doesn't want to talk about the people that they have to console after black people. Hey, Lisa, I've listened to you talk. Why don't you just settle down for a second?
Guys, we have
Lisa, why don't you just settle down for a second?
All right, guys, we have to end it there. We got to end it there. We got to remove the coffee from the set this morning. Let's lower it. Thank you, guys. We appreciate the heated